again. Oh.
And you'll see them in action right out there. You can actually catch a ride on Model T, and you'll be able to see that planetary transmission in action.
Hey guys, no, we're not going in that track. We can have a car.
Well, welcome to Greenfield Village and welcome to our Model T ride. We're sponsored by AAA.
Henry Ford built Model Ts from 1908 to 1927. And in that 19 years, he would produce over 15 million of these vehicles. Now, they're all four-cylinder, 20 horsepower, and the top speed, 35 miles an hour. Now, to drive the vehicle, it's not too complicated, but if you don't do everything correct, you know what happens. It stalls on you. And what do you have to do? You have to get out of the vehicle and crank start it. But one thing I want to mention to you right away, you might find this interesting. I have no door on the driver's side. To leave the vehicle, I'll have to exit on the right side and go out, crank start it. I hope that when I come back in, it will go again. But normally, if good driving habits, you won't have to crank the car too much. Right now at Greenfield Village, we're going through the Village Green area, and I have to always mention the structure at the head. The Martha Mary Chapel that was built there in 1928, dedicated to the memory of Henry Ford's mother-in-law Martha and his mother Mary. Beautiful structure, and it's a very popular place. They have weddings there, usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, almost all year long. Now we're going down Maple Lane, one of the main roads that makes up Greenfield Village. And one thing I always like to share with the visitor, as you're driving along, you look to the right and you look to the left, all these buildings we're passing, 95% of them were brought here with Mr. Henry Ford's approval. Most of them, he even selected the location where they would be reconstructed. The red building, Luther Burbank's birthplace home. That's from Massachusetts. You know, when Luther was getting old, he talked to his wife, and you know, husband and wife always talk about what they're going to do when one of them dies. And he said, "Dear, you know what? When I pass on, I want you immediately tell Henry Ford that he can have the house that I was born in. I think it would look beautiful in Greenfield Village." And sure enough, he did die first, and wife did follow through with his request. Henry Ford was so pleased. He was sorry about his friend's death, but he was pleased about moving the home here to Greenfield Village. The long white wood building is called the Susquehanna Plantation House, and all summer long we have wonderful presentations going on in that building. It is a must-visit site. Right now on our right, those buildings, they came from England. And you know, when Mr. Ford purchased these buildings, before he did, he went to the British government and checked to see if it would be feasible if he bought a building to move it out of the country. And of course they said, "Mr. Ford, if you buy any structure, we will be glad to allow you to take it out of the country."
get this place. Well, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the ride.